It's the start of summer vacation. You and your family are heading out to Monterey Bay. Once on the shore, you start practicing your archery. Suddenly, your dad gives you a challenge. Find the velocity of the arrow as it is making its way up to the highest point. Velocity is distance divided by time. So all you have to do is find the total distance the arrow traveled and divide that number by the total time it took for the arrow to reach that distance. As you shoot your arrow, your robot friend Desmos calculates your arrow's upward trajectory as a function of time measured in seconds and distance measured in meters, as f of t is equal to 2t. Desmo finds that your arrow reaches its highest point at t equals 5 seconds, so you plug in this t value into your distance function to find the total distance your arrow traveled. Now you take your total distance divided by your total time to get your total ascending velocity. You show your work to your dad and he is impressed. But right before you get too happy, he asks another question. What is the velocity of the arrow at exactly time equals 3 seconds? Wait, what? Velocity to timestamp? You ask your dad for clarification, and he says that he's actually asking you about the instantaneous velocity of the arrow at time equals 3 seconds. Seeing that you're confused, your dad gives you a couple of hints. He says you previously found the velocity, or in other words, the change in distance over change in time, over a duration of 5 seconds, from the points 0, 0 to 5, 10. To find the velocity at exactly 3 seconds, find the change in distance over change in time with respect to the point 3, 6, for time values really close to t equals 3 seconds. And by close, I mean values like t equals 2.99 and t equals 3.01. Afterwards, see what value you approach. And that, my child, is your instantaneous velocity at t equals 3 seconds. So you find some values really close to t equals 3. You find the change in distance over change in time with all of these points in relation to the point 3, 6 separately. Since these points are so close, you can really consider the slope over the points, for example, 2.9, 5.8, and 3, 6, as really the slope for t equals 2.9. You can make that similar assumption for all the other points across the board. Soon you find that your change in distances over change in times, or slopes, approach 2. Therefore, your instantaneous velocity at t equals 3 seconds is 2 meters per second. By finding the slopes of values extremely close to t equals 3, you were able to find the slope at exactly t equals 3. Your dad is beyond proud. He says this is the limit definition of the derivative. But you've ignored him. It's time to take a break and swim in the bay.